Yeah, I'm in this, man.
Man. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's a wrestling classic. Justin, we are back for another episode of the TWC show. We got your predictions coming up, but more important than anything else, he is back. Phil Brooks, CM Punk is back. Just returned less than a couple of hours ago on AEW. Look in my eyes. What do you see? And guys, we got a loaded show, guys. We got 4 people on the TWC show this week. I can't talk. I'm drinking some beer. I'm celebrating CM Punk. He's back. We got the one, the only, the OG, the original co-host of the TWC show, the man who's becoming a lawyer, who's a busy man, none other than Devon. What's going on, bro?
Hello. I never left. I ain't never left. And I know your dumbass brought me back on the show because you just want me to bring me the one time that we're going to agree on everything because you know I'll be roasting you. You already opened up the show without speaking no English whatsoever. Stumbling, fumbling. It's like the first time you ever said the word eyes. So whatever. Let's roll. It's a good night tonight. I got my roasting out of the way.
You start off with, do I have your attention now? But that did not happen.
No. Man, I'm in such bad shape I can't even sit no Indian style, so it's all good.
Damn.
And also this week we got the returning here regularly, my usual co-host more recently, none other than the Dropkick Podcast, Danial. What's going on, broski?
Nothing much, bro. Fucking, I'm hype. Fucking, what a return. I'm fucking shook right now. So.
Yeah, that's the least amount of energy he's had all day because this man's been hyped since this morning.
Nah.
CM Punk shirts. He's gonna make me watch CM Punk matches on the network. He started crying when this man came out, sent me snaps crying. He was crying when he got ready for the show.
Bro, chill.
Yo, you was crying, bro. You was like that fan.
No, he was crying. Dude, he sent me a snap. This man's
bro.
Yeah, and you see his cheeks. You see his cheeks were so big, his tears wouldn't even go down all the way. They just stopped right here.
Bro, that shit was going down his neck. That shit was going down his neck into his shirt.
Guys, out of the four of us, Daniel is the youngest. He's only 20 years old. So what CM Punk to him is like what, like maybe like Austin or The Rock or other guys would have been to us. Like that was his little kid idol guy. You got to understand that, right? Like,
his shit was
we were like teenagers when CM Punk popped up, and we have a different kind of love for him because we were like falling out of wrestling, and CM Punk brought us back into it. This was his childhood.
Let the not so young OG speak for himself. Man, he doesn't need old ass.
I'm trying to defend his tears of joy, okay? Because this man cried.
Look at this guy being nice to me. He was being a dick earlier for no reason. He was like calling me the meanest shit. I was like, bro, CM Punk's coming back. He's like, nah, fuck you and shit. I was like, what the fuck?
Damn.
Last but definitely not least, from Subway Mania fame, the hitman from Subway Mania.
Go.
The only Tim Habanero. How are you doing today? Hann Rivera. Why did I fuck up your last? I'm fucking up everything.
Damn, yo. Come on, man. It's that Four Loco, man. You that loco.
You're gonna have to change the name. You're gonna have to change the name of the episode to "We In It."
The biggest Jeff Jarrett fan below Tim.
Yeah, I'm dead, yo. First of all, let's get this out the way. I'm not a Jeff Jarrett fan. Jeff Jarrett is dead trash, bro. Trash. Justin Dead supports Jeff Jarrett.
I made one Jeff Jarrett post to fucking promote this guy's stupid
bro, that's
podcast.
all you need.
Which is a great podcast.
Post.
It's not a stupid podcast to promote Jeff Jarrett's podcast. Because Conrad guys asked me, and this guy DMs me with all the Jeff Jarrett hate in the world.
Bro, I'm like, why you, bro? Jeff Jarrett, he does say, yeah, he's my top 10 favorite wrestlers of all time.
Justin,
I never said that.
Justin just trying to deflect from the fact that he hates Japanese people. That's why.
That's in the past. I love New Japan Pro Wrestling. You're Hiroshi Tanahashi for life and shit.
That's good.
Yo, that's disrespectful, dude. I know you can't speak English, but you did that shit on purpose.
Okay, now, since we're back to OG TWC show here today, let me just tell you how I feel, not about Jeff Jarrett, Tim's favorite wrestler. I didn't shed tears like Daniel over here, and I didn't come here to be mean like Devon, but I am extremely happy, guys. For those of you that know, if you listen to the show since day one, if you listen to the episode when CM Punk showed up on WWE Backstage, and it was me and Devon marking out that he just showed up on WWE Backstage to be an analyst, today he came back, and he claimed that he's finally returned to professional wrestling. He articulately
He articulated.
Yeah,
He
you nervous, bro?
articulated.
Wow,
It's either
articulated.
he articulated or he
Yo,
said
you
articulately.
panicking, bro?
He said
Yeah, you
articulately. I can't talk. Without saying the name WWE, he kind of dissed them and stuff in a positive, good way. But he said, he's since the first time since Ring of Honor, he's finally back to professional wrestling.
Yeah,
And
that was
for me, like, I felt, and I've told this story so many times. You listen to this podcast, it's probably sounding redundant at this point, but there was a period I fell out of wrestling. That was from like 2000 to 2011. I watched Raw, I watched Impact, but I wasn't like, my heart wasn't in it. SmackDown was on Fridays. I was out getting drunk with my friends. I was in high school. This is pre-PVR, DVR era. The thing that really brought me back to professional wrestling was that CM Punk pipe bomb. Because I was a CM Punk fan, but that was a moment where I was like, oh, is this real or is this fake? And this doesn't feel PG anymore. And I ran with it ever since then. Me and Devon would get together. I remember I was at school one day. I told Devon, like, yo, I'm going to head out a little early. Tell me what happens in class. He's like, where the fuck are you going? And I felt like a little bit of a loser. I was like, I'm going to go home and watch it. And then we already knew each other beforehand. Like, we've known each other years before then. He's like, oh, you're a wrestling fan too? This motherfucker got up and left with me. We both went home to watch Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, you're also leaving the fact out that I was wearing a CM Punk shirt that day, and you're like, oh, is that a CM Punk shirt?
I spoke to Devon in the parking lot and went home to watch Monday Night Raw. And I don't know if I've met anyone that's as big as a CM Punk fan as me, as Devon. This guy like loved CM Punk just as much as I did.
Why are you taking away Daniel's shine, bro?
Well, he was like fucking 10 years old back then? I don't even know. But
I was like 10 when the pipe bomb happened, or like around there.
And we watched every pay-per-view. We watched that match earlier today, Devon. Me and Daniel watched that match. It was Rock versus CM Punk at Royal Rumble because he said he never watched it. And I was telling him how pissed off I was at your house when Cena won the Rumble and then Rock beat CM. I'm like, I was fucking livid. That was the fucking worst. But my point being is that Punk walked out February 2014. Or January 2014, my bad. He walked out. He left. I was still a wrestling fan now because of CM Punk. I started becoming fans of other people on that roster because I got back into the product so much because of CM Punk. I was a fan of The Shield. I was a fan of Daniel Bryan. So becoming fans of these new people. The month after he walked out, I created the Wrestling Classic. To stay in touch with professional wrestling. To stay in touch with wrestling fans. I wanted a place, because when I was a younger kid, I used to go on all these little forums, underage, fighting with people on these wrestling forums. And remember, Danny, we went back in time on the Wayback Machine. And we
What year did you start Wrestling Classic?
February 2014. February.
So that was the first OnlyFans.
It was
the first OnlyFans.
And I listen. I'm not even, and I've said this in posts in the past. So I'm not just saying this now because he's back and whatnot. I always said I'll always appreciate CM Punk because I don't think there would be a Wrestling Classic without me being a fan of CM Punk because he got me back into this shit to the level where I miss being in a wrestling community. I miss talking to wrestling fans and shit. My ex-girlfriend told me to deactivate my personal Instagram account because I knew too many women. So I made a wrestling account to connect with wrestling fans from all around the world. And the first post was the Macho Man. But if you scroll all the way to the bottom, I think it's like the third or fourth post. It's like Macho Man, Brett, and then it's CM Punk.
That's what the title
CM Punk is.
Yeah.
On my list of favorite superstars of all time. And he's back tonight. And I know it sounds cheesy and it might sound corny, but man, just hearing his voice on the mic just made me so happy inside of a wrestling ring. There's something about the tone of his voice that made me like, I'll be honest with you, I don't give a fuck what else was going on in AEW tonight. I didn't give a fuck what's going on later on the show. I don't give a fuck what's going to happen on Dynamite. I give a fuck about CM Punk. So for whatever Roman Reigns said earlier this fucking week about CM Punk not being a draw, that guy's a fucking idiot. And I love Roman Reigns too, but that guy's a fucking idiot. So because I went on Pro Wrestling TV after this man came out, and that shit was crashed. I messaged my buddy Jamari, who was live at the show, and I'm like, yo, get me one of those I Was Here shirts. I'll send you money, yada, yada, yada. He's like, dude, the lineup's around the fucking arena. Don't tell me CM Punk's not a fucking draw. We saw men crying in that crowd. I saw Daniel sending me snaps crying from home.
Bro, chill.
Then you was crying for real? You was crying for real?
I don't know what he's talking about.
I've said my piece of why I'm a big CM Punk fan. It's really hard for me to put new superstar. Like, listen, I love Seth Rollins. I'm a big Kevin Owens fan. I love so many of the newer wrestlers, but it's so hard for me to put them on my like top 10 list of all time because they're still too new to me. There's only like maybe 2-3 guys that are new only 2 guys that are really like kind of from that newer era, like 2002 forward, that are on that top 10 list because they're not from my childhood. They're from like my teenage years. And that's Randy Orton and CM Punk. Those are the 2 guys that made that list out of all the rest of the time. And that's what CM Punk means to me. There's a lot more I can get into, but there's 4 of us on the show, so I should let someone else talk. Devon, how do you feel about this return?
Man, I don't even know what to say. Like, we did the show, and I think the only times I've really watched since last spring, I'd say, because I wasn't about the no crowds, and like me, I'll follow it religiously, but if it's not good enough to get my time, I'm just not turning the TV on, right? So I've been hyped about it. People have been messaging me again because this is like, I'm sure you got all your friends that are like, oh, you're the wrestling guy. Same thing with me. You're the wrestling guy. People are like, oh, CM Punk, CM Punk, How you feel about that? I mean, my Xbox name's the CM Drunk, right? So I mean, we're always about it. But man, too excited. And I work in Chilliwack, and if for you guys that are around here, Chilliwack's about an hour and a half drive from my house. So I left at 5:30, hoping I get home in time. Mm-hmm. I'm in the car 5 minutes till the show starts. Sorry for all the RCMP or the police listening. I turned on my phone, started that up, streamed it, and I could tell you exactly where I was, what stop sign I was almost at when that music hit, and oh my God, I'm screaming in my car, slapping my steering wheel, screaming. You go through this neighborhood, there's 2 roundabouts. I'm like looking at people going like this, just pumping my arm, just pumped as hell, man. And I don't got much of a different story than you, Justin, but I do have a little bit of a different wrinkle in there because we started watching again, when CM Punk came back. And my first WrestleMania, I bought tickets 3 months before CM Punk left because I'm a big CM Punk fan. And I'm like, yo, I want to see Punk. I want to see Punk fight Triple H or whoever. That day of the Royal Rumble, dude, I considered every day for about 6 weeks to just sell my tickets because I'm like, this is the reason
I can vouch for that.
That's the reason I bought my tickets. And man, I held on strong till about, like I said, about a year and a half. Stayed in. We've always been talking about CM Punk, always watching him. I don't know what to say. I'm super happy, and he's back. And I have maybe watched AEW twice since it started. I will be watching every week now. WWE can get these hands. I'm not about it right now. So, like I said, if it's not good, I ain't watching. I'll follow it. I'll probably watch SummerSlam. I'm not gonna lie to you. Not live. Be a little bit busy, but AEW's got my time for a little bit here. And man, I will say one thing before I leave it off the floor. But man, Tony Khan, for the first time in my life, I had this thought that it pays to have a wrestling fan run a company, man, because they had the tease, they had the anticipation. They didn't screw us. It was somebody's hometown. They started the show with it. I think there's a lot that needs to be said about that if you want to start talking about nuance, but I'll let it go from there.
We'll come back to you for that then. Tim, how do you feel about CM Punk? I don't know if you're the biggest fan of Punk, but I don't know how you feel.
All right, so y'all gonna be tight at me, but y'all gonna be tight at me.
We need someone that feels a little different. We do, because
100%.
All right, so I was never really like a CM Punk. I ain't gonna lie, that whole era when he had the Nexus, like, and he did the pipe bomb like that CM Punk was dope. I'm not a CM Punk fan, but however, damn, he did. However, I was anticipating this return. I thought AEW started at 8, so I was like, damn, I'm gonna clock out of work quick or whatever, and to find out it was at 10. But this was really, I think this got to be like top 5 best returns ever.
It was a moment. We were part of a moment.
Yeah, that was. I'm not even a fan, but like that shit was fire, bro. Like just the crowd, bro. That shit felt like that shit was crazy. Like I'm like, damn, I want to be there. Like,
no, it was genuinely a fucking moment, and I'm not the guy to come out here and like, listen. I can easily come in and be like, I think this was better than Cena's return, but it technically was. It was 7 years,
bro.
And but like to that point, I remember where I was sitting when Cena returned. And I remember where I was sitting when Punk returned. And there's some moments of professional wrestling that give you that feeling. Listen, I've dogged on Cena the entire time since he's been back, but I can't deny that his return was something fucking cool when he came and confronted Roman Reigns initially.
Yeah.
Anyone that even hates CM Punk, I don't like, listen, that's me. I don't like John Cena, and I'm saying that. Even if you hate CM Punk, and I've seen some of you in my comment section, you cannot fucking deny that you felt something when CM Punk came out there tonight and when he talked. Like, I legitimately got chills. It was a fucking moment.
It, bro.
And I always say professional wrestling, which I call regularly the greatest form of art and athleticism, professional wrestling, this was the name of one of our earliest episodes, and Devon made fun of me and shit, where I used to say when it's good, it's good. When it's bad, it's bad. But when it's good, it's fucking really good.
Oh yeah,
one of those nights where it was really fucking good. Like tonight was one of those nights where if you were watching with your friends, they couldn't really make fun of you for being a fucking wrestling fan because they'd feel that energy and shit too.
People were sending me shit. They like, yo, CM Punk or whatever, and I'm like, you watch wrestling? I don't even know.
I fucked up.
Bro.
I fucked up. I was so excited. I fucked up, and I put an Instagram story on my personal story saying he's home, and I thought that went on the Wrestling Classic. And then I came back to my personal page and I had all these DMs of people like, oh shit, I put this on the wrong page. But like, yeah, no, this was a moment where even like non-wrestling fans would get excited. And there's a few people that can do that. And like I said, CM Punk, John Cena, Randy, and there's a few people that
only
even
a handful, bro.
Fans that know, like Edge, people knew who Edge was when that happened. So like Punk's up there, but 7 years. This is the same as like when The Rock left and it took him 7 years to come back.
All right, so real quick. Do you think that CM Punk's return right after 7 years was bigger than The Rock's return when he came back from doing the movie?
I think so, only because
hell yeah, bro.
I think so because
for sure.
Punk. This is the thing. The Rock is the.
And I'm a Rock fan, bro.
The Rock is the Rock.
This shit
right?
was fire.
The Rock is The Rock, but let me tell you, like the thing about The Rock coming back was it was fucking dope. It was. I'm not saying it wasn't dope, but at the same time, when Punk's when he's like, as a fan that's been a CM Punk fan and chanted CM Punk, when he's like, I heard you guys. I heard those chants the last 7 years. Trust me. And I'm here for you. And I love the fact that like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm here for myself too, because that's something I'd say. I'm here for you guys, but honestly, it's for me too. I'm not gonna lie, it is for me too. But like, but like the fact that like we did chant his name for 7 years, we did want to see him back. The man went to UFC, got his ass whooped, and was like, come back to wrestling. He's the wrestler's wrestler. He's the voice of the voices. This might not appease casual fans, but this for a wrestling fan, he's the wrestling fans guy. And then when Roman said that shit, I'm like, it's different because I'm like, Cena and Rock are mainstream. Like even kids that were little kids love those guys, and even if they don't watch wrestling, I'm like, Punk is like he has a cult following. He's got that underground cult wrestling fan following. Yeah, and that's the difference.
That's money too, bro. People be wild and they get the mittens, they get all of that, bro.
For the fucking people. He's not for the little kids and the casual people that want to tune in. He's for the wrestling fans, and that's why he's like, you know what? I left wrestling in 2005 when I left Ring of Honor. Yeah. That whole time the WWE, that wasn't wrestling to him. That was something else. Okay. Now the floor is yours, Daniel.
Bro, okay, so first off, like as you mentioned, I am like, 20, and for me this is your guys' like Austin, right? Like, and I think for me, like this is fucking huge, I can't even put it into terms, man. Like I waited. Like, I remember when he walked out, and I was so sad because like I really wanted him to like face Triple H at WrestleMania, and he wasn't there. And I remember when Paul Heyman came out and in Chicago on Raw, and he trolled us, and it was just one of those things where it's like, would he ever come back? And there's always rumors and speculation, but I literally waited the whole day. I made Justin watch promos, matches, and then like to hear like his music. Like I literally like I shed a tear, bro, straight up. I couldn't help it. I was like, yo. CM Punk's back. Holy fuck. I think Justin mentioned this, but I think the way this is marketed, I think it definitely took a liking to CM Punk. It definitely paid him a lot of fucking money to get this. And apparently Tony Khan said this isn't a short-term deal. This is long-term, and I think having CM Punk and people know who CM Punk is, they're gonna bring that name value to AEW, and moving forward, I think.
First question to you, Daniel, though.
Yeah. CM Punk said he's gonna be there for a minute, though. Who cares what Tony Khan says?
I'm gonna throw to you, Daniel, really quickly.
Yeah,
because I know you're a Darby Allin fan, and then I got a question for you, Devon. Next, I know you have strong opinions. First, you, Daniel. How do you feel about Darby Allin being his first opponent?
I don't know if it's the right opponent, because I would have had him face Colt Cabana. It just
I don't know if there's no tension there though. Can you do
No, yeah, you can. I think when business is business, it means business. It's not personal.
If you didn't say Colt Cabana and you said someone like Omega or like
MJF, Omega, bro. I feel like that would be fire.
No, but why would you have Omega right away? Like why would you?
No, for sure.
You know what I mean? Build it up a little.
MJF as the argument, I would have agreed.
No, 100%. But no, Colt Cabana makes sense. He was CM Punk's last match in Ring of Honor in 2005 when he left, and I think it just makes sense. And I think if you want to ever turn CM Punk heel in the future, you can have him face Hangman Adam Page, where Hangman drinks, CM Punk is straight edge. You know, there's that contrast there, and it just makes sense. Or Moxley too. Moxley too.
I will say it goes back to what Punk said before he came here, and I know he's gonna end up wrestling people he's wrestled before, but he was very adamant about like, if I was to come back to wrestling, I want to work people I've never worked with before. And he kind of said in his promo too. So I think we're gonna see him working with a Darby and an MJF and a Sammy Guevara and a Jungle Boy and guys that Will Hobbs and people he hasn't got to work. I think that's the biggest thing for him. But I do think I like Darby as a first opponent. I think
that's good. Don't get me wrong.
The fans will be invested in that because I kind of like that he's facing a baby face right off the bat too, because I think the fans will be more invested in the match and actually think it could go either way. Like, I don't know. But Devon, now for you. This also happened this week. Roman fucking Reigns was on fucking some interview saying that CM Punk won't push the needle. He was never anyone that was as big as John Cena and The Rock. How do you feel about that?
Well,
do you think it's going to change against
I'll just say this is the second time you brought that up today, and I know that I don't think you're an idiot as much as I call you an idiot. But I mean, he was clearly in character during that interview, and that was the second time you've referenced that interview, unless he's going on like the Broken Skull sessions and just being himself. He was in character during that interview, dude. You think he really is going to be saying that about his boy Moxley? No, he's
this
not.
This is not about me. This is about the people listening, okay?
He's not. He is being the head of the table. And I just quickly want to touch on two things because Daniel had a couple of good talking points there. And the first one, Colt Cabana. And first of all, I think the fact that you have brought that up and you said it so matter-of-factly tells me that probably a lot of people your generation, which is who they actually give a shit about, probably also want to see that match. And I'll say I actually didn't consider it, and I'll tell you why. You mentioned a couple times business is business, and I absolutely agree with that because I mean we saw Matt Hardy and Edge work together. That's the top of the line, and obviously it goes down from there. But their beef isn't business. Their beef is big dollars of some shit that happened outside of wrestling. Like that's personal. That's very personal. So that's why I don't see that happening. And I honestly think I don't even see them really ever interacting. And I hope my words with that. I have no problem admitting when I'm wrong. But I don't I don't see that happening. And the second thing was with regards to Darby. And I'm sorry I'm touching on old points, but my internet cut out there. I was out there for a couple of minutes. I think it'd be a cool match because a good way for Punk to lose is whoever he's going to face next is come and screws him out of the win. And it's so funny because, we make all these jokes. We like to say ironically call people marks, but like the mark in me, and like keep in mind, I don't watch AEW. I follow it. I don't watch it. And the mark in me is like, oh man, like I don't think Darby should be losing right now. Is that a match that needs to happen? Like that's like the mark in me is like, oh, I don't know, man. I don't know if I want that right now. I feel like Darby should keep moving up. But no, yeah, Roman is in character. Justin's an idiot. I don't buy for a second he's doing it for the listeners. You're not stupid, but I don't know. You're a mark.
I'm addressing it because the people that listen to this show want us to address it. Okay. I haven't been here for a while, but the listeners have these casual conversations have been coming out.
Which you've been doing an excellent job on, by the way. You do a really good job on those.
Just I don't mean to have an interlude here before we get back to Tim here and the question I have for him, but we have a couple of interviews coming up this week. I'll be getting Arya Daivari on Tuesday. Hopefully that goes well, and I'm not just saying this and it doesn't happen. And me and Daniel have secured none other.
Are you gonna let him know?
Yeah, and if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Guys, things get rescheduled. Bischoff got rescheduled on me for months. Gary Vee got rescheduled for me for months. But as of right now, on Thursday, the next casual conversation that I'll be recording that will come out next month is with none other than Diamond Dallas Page.
Tell him I said what's up, yo. Tell him I said, yo, hold on.
So if you guys have questions for DDP, you guys know what to do. DM me, hit me up on the Instagram page or Twitter or whatever, and we will incorporate that when we try to figure out what we're going to talk about.
All you guys better hide your wives because DDP will be stalking them. I'm telling you that much, dude. Hide your wives. He's the original power of positivity.
Bro, DDP inspired me to buy jeans, bro.
He's inspiring me. He's inspiring me to buy them toe shoes, dude.
Bro,
I want to ask him how
DDP.
long his ribs were really hurt for. But
Fantastic
Bro, he had
question.
them shits for
That's
5
a
years. He was
fantastic question.
how long were they really hurt for? Tim, now that
Yo.
CM Punk's here, and it made such an impact tonight, and we're all buzzing about it, and I think we'll be buzzing about it as much as he keeps showing up on TV for a couple of weeks moving forward. Do you hold off on bringing in Bryan Danielson anytime soon?
Bro, Daniel Bryan's another dude. I'm not, but
And will it be the same feeling?
I feel like that they gotta wait for that, bro. You gotta wait for the Daniel Bryan. I mean, no, but it can though. Like imagine next week CM Punk is, and he's fighting Darby Allin, and then Daniel Bryan just come in and just
How
like
fun?
it could work. I probably attack him. It can work, bro. It can work. Unexpected, bro. Like how Santana and Ortiz pulled up with the mask, like something like that, bro. That shit could work, bro.
Yeah,
that shit could work. They'd be like, who the hell is this guy? It's Daniel Bryan. Oh, well, Bryan Danielson.
Yeah. But I feel like personally, I think they should hold off on it because is it All Out or All In?
All out. It's all out.
All Out. I get that shit confused. Anyways,
me too.
I think excluding CM Punk, the most over guy in AEW right now is Hangman Adam Page, without a shadow of a doubt. He gets like the loudest pops and whatnot, but I think like if anybody's gonna beat Omega for the belt, it's Hangman, like for sure. And I think, I think right now isn't the perfect time for Bryan and Dave. I think they should hold it off. You know what I mean? I
just
think
wait a little bit.
I think let the CM Punk hype, let it die down a little bit. Wait till the end of maybe next year or mid next year, and then
I mean, you can have
play
Punk
fight.
can be the face of All Out, and then like Bryan can be like the big draw for Full Gear in November.
Sure, yeah.
I will say this, and I'm gonna say this now because I know my followers are gonna come at me because I've been talking a shitload of shit about Edge and John Cena over the past few months. I'm gonna say the same. I'm gonna have the same energy for CM Punk though. I'm happy CM Punk is back. And I love it when these older guys come back and stuff. And not that, and it's different with Punk. It's more similar.
Oh my God, you're gonna go into this old guy shouldn't beat people for that bullshit that you just say this week.
I'm gonna keep the same energy. I don't want him in the title picture.
You don't want CM Punk in the title picture?
Go ahead, Devin.
Don't come here and say some whack shit because you're worried about some internet dweebs coming and going in your comment section, dude. That is that bullshit. What's good is good, and what's money is money.
Yeah,
and
bro.
I'm not saying right now. Eventually, if he's in if the January pay-per-view,
dude, we grew up in a time where anybody could be at a title picture in your house. And you're telling me, I want to see a Punk do the title picture.
I want Hangman to win it first, and after that, if Punk goes after Hangman and turns heel, he's going after Hangman.
Man, doubling down on a bad take, man. You're too much Skip Bayless for me, dude. I don't know if I
feel like an old guy, like something like that would be like Goldberg. How like Goldberg, why?
Goldberg fucking sucks too. He showed me that. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But in a situation like that, but if CM Punk is like, it's fire, bro. That's going to draw money, and he's, I'm not a fan, but I'm saying that like that would be fire, bro. CM Punk as AEW champion.
Do you think do any of you guys think it's possible at all that at some point CM Punk can turn heel? Because I feel like people are going to cheer him regardless of the fact.
Yeah, it's gonna be like Stone Cold, bro. Like
it won't be long. It won't be long though. It won't be long. They're gonna try and make him heel soon because he'll probably want to piss people off.
That's true. No, and shout out to everyone that honestly. So all the little trolling stuff, all the little hints we got over the week, the best in the world, and the Darby promo, the Kenny Omega win a Chick Magnet shirt and a Cookie Monster shirt, all the little tidbits that tease CM Punk coming. I know a lot of people are mad about it, and they're like, "Oh, why are they teasing? Why are they making it not a surprise?" The internet speaks. We all hear it. It was never going to be a surprise, but we were all on the edge of our seats, wondering if it was actually going to happen tonight, and that's what fucking happened. No one knew for sure.
I
made a post wearing this fucking shirt saying, I just threw this old shirt on just in case.
Tony Khan created a whole new way of marketing wrestling in the last few weeks, dude. They never denied it. They hinted at it, never denied the hints. They didn't pull no Jericho or other people bullshit where they start telling people, no, this ain't true. They let it happen. And literally, because you know me, I'm just on Twitter like I am. Like literally seconds before that show started, that CM Punk's All Elite graphic went out, and it's just like that's just such good marketing. Say it without saying it, like let everybody else say it for you. And like I said, I haven't been into AEW since it started, but man, I'm slowly becoming a Tony Khan fan.
I thought they were gonna have Tony Schiavone pull up, like, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a guy.
Oh, like the
or whatever.
interview him, right?
Yeah, I didn't. I'm not. Sometimes I'm not really. Like the way they did it was perfect. It's just the show started, and then they were chanting, and then it just and then the graphic show. That shit was fire.
They weren't worried about half hour, top of the hour bullshit. They're like, the crowd's hot. People want to see this. Let's just start it off.
Yo, and then when the music ended, and they just let him like that shit was crazy, bro.
And then the best thing was they go 90 seconds, minute 30, 90 seconds. You'll hear him speak, and I was like, oh shit, I can prepare for this now. I can do my stretches, do my Tai Bo, get ready for it.
You can do that.
I mean, I jumped around. I was jumping around. I was not sitting down. I stood up when that shit hit. I didn't know they were gonna start the show with it. I didn't know either. I
thought
you couldn't do anything else. You couldn't do anything else. You had to start the show with it. I don't know.
Because they didn't want to let the chance take over the show, man.
No, exactly.
Credit to TK. His football team's trash, but he's doing a good wrestling thing.
Yeah.
And supposedly, TK came out there before the show saying we're going to give everybody what they want, and then went backstage, and then the show started off like that. They're live.
He Batista'd it.
I love their continuity and shit too with the ice cream bars. That was fucking clever and smart.
Yeah.
Like, everybody get ice cream bars, and I'm happy he's back. Is there anything else we want to say about CM Punk? I feel like we can talk about him for the whole episode, but is there anything else anyone wants to add?
I just can't believe it.
That shit was dope.
Before we finish, everybody's favorite CM Punk match, real quick. Rapid fire, no time to think. Go, Daniel, go. Shut up. Daniel, go.
Money in the Bank, John Cena.
Tim?
And don't do that.
Tim?
Don't do that. The CM Punk, yeah, we here. Randy Orton.
WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Okay.
Punk versus Taker. That's my favorite.
I was on the fence about Punk versus Taker and Punk versus Cena Money in the Bank. Those are the two.
I was gonna say Punk and Brock. I don't know.
Oh, I love Punk and Brock.
Oh, that's a real good.
I'll go Punk and Brock to be different because I do love that match. The whole Wolverine versus Incredible Hulk.
Punk and Cena Raw 1000 was good too.
That was good too, but cheap plug though, because we said Punk versus Brock. I just wrote an article, guys, for 1:37 p.m. ranking my top favorite 35 SummerSlam matches. There's really 50 because I put honorable mentions in there, 15 of them, but only from 35 to 1.
Yo, you did 1 to 35?
Yeah, 1 to 35.
Tell those motherfuckers to start paying you by the word if they gotta earn that shit, dude. That's a lot of words.
I wrote even more. They told me to cut it down and shit.
Oh.
But 1 to 35 for 1:37 p.m., guys, I ranked my top 35 greatest SummerSlam matches. They said 50 because I put 15 honorable mentions in there. Go check it out. I have some shockers and surprises in there, guys. Like, I know I made Daniel watch a match with me. We watched the Hart Foundation versus Brainbusters. I really always enjoyed that match from SummerSlam. But how do you expect that to be on there? Because a lot of you might have not seen it. So check out the list, guys. 1:37 p.m. The link is in my bio. Of course, 1:37 p.m. is owned by VaynerMedia, which is owned by Gary V, who I also just interviewed this past week. So if you haven't, other conversations on YouTube, and if you're subscribed to the TWC show on the Patreon, you've already seen it, or it's on the same feed. It's Casual Conversations with Gary V. 26 minutes, quick listen, easy listen.
That was really fire.
And we're talking about Gary V, the wrestling fan, the side that I don't think a lot of people get to see. And if I'm slurring my words a little bit, bring a couple of beers, and as Devon remembers, I'm like,
a couple of Steve Weisers,
and he's gonna make fun of me. And
only real wrestling fans know Gary V is a wrestling fan because when you watch his videos, you see the dolls,
in the back.
Yeah, we get to talk about it often, and to the extent that he really wanted to do the show, they kept saying he wants to do it. And then just a couple of days ago, I don't know when this is gonna happen, so don't take my word for it 100%. But they emailed me yesterday morning, and they're like, "Do you care if we post on Gary V's channel?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah!" Just as long as you add all my social media in there. Throw it on Gary V's YouTube channel. Go fucking
social media. Tell them to add your Cash App, dude. Let's get this money.
he never gets to talk about his wrestling fandom, and he literally got to sit there with me for 30 minutes. And listen, he wanted to stay longer. He told me when he came on because he was already 5 minutes. He's like, I literally have a call at 2:30, so we might have to end this quick. But he never gets to talk about his wrestling fandom. He's always talking.
He got an NWO thing too in the back. I'm like, that shit is fire, man. Like, I want to know, what's up?
And I pitch it to them like that. I'm like, I want my wrestling fans, my family of the TWC family, to know that he's one of us. Like, he's a wrestling fan too. He's not just this guy that goes on social media and sells you motivation and how to sell NFTs and what businesses and entrepreneurship stuff. Like, he's actually one of us. He grew up a wrestling fan. You see it, but you don't really get to know it unless there's a few videos up on YouTube, but not a lot. So I gave him that opportunity to share that with us. So check that out if you haven't.
That's fire, bro.
It's hard
Congrats.
to want to talk about anything else because CM Punk came back, but it's been a weird week of wrestling. Before we get into SummerSlam predictions and NXT predictions to wrap things up, I quickly want to ask everybody here, because another really cool moment happened this week, and it definitely wasn't on Raw, because nothing cool rarely happens on Raw. It happened on Dynamite. Sting wrestled on TNT for the first time in 20 years. He wrestled in the very last Nitro in 2001, and he kicked off Dynamite this week, teaming up with Darby Allin to face 2.0. How'd you guys feel about it?
Sting is awesome, man. Sting is awesome. I don't care what people say about the age. Sting is awesome, man. I'm high. I love Sting, bro.
And he came out there without a shirt. He was fit. He was in a shirt.
Word, bro. Sting got it, bro. Like, people be hating, talking about, yo, sit down, relax. Bro, Sting got it, bro.
And they know how to protect him. He's in these tag matches.
Yeah.
He's in these tornado, like, no DQ.
He does the hits.
tag matches.
And you know, that's what I like about being a lot more private, because, like, man, I saw so much positivity about Sting last week that, like, that was one of the things I went and sought out, because I'm just like, oh, I need to see this shit. And man, he's so good. He's getting to do his thing in his career his way, on his terms. And, like, man, Jerry Lawler has shown us for the last how long, you don't do no dumb shit and you'll still look good. It'll still be entertaining. And Sting he doesn't even look old. I don't think he looks old.
No, he don't look old.
I think he's killing it. He's killing it. It's perfect character placement. He's hitting the spots right. He doesn't look tired. Doesn't look old. The makeup looks good. His hair looks fine. His outfit looks good. Like, man, all those people that be hating, fucking dorks, to tell you that.
He was in the rafters with Darby Allin when CM Punk was talking to him, bro. It just looked so, like, that shit looked
not out of place, not gimmicky, not corny, not nothing. It looked like it's like, you know, when WWE brings people back, it's always like, oh, this is like a separate part of the show. This is like a part that nobody else touches. It's just these two people or whatever. Like, man, it looked like all these puzzle pieces just fit. Sting and Darby there made sense. Looked at him. Punk didn't make it awkward. Talked about him. Complimented him. Said, "I'm gonna get you." And they're just looking at each other. They're not being too cheesy. It's just like you said, man. It just works.
And you know, there's a part of Punk that's probably happy that Sting's there and he gets to work with Sting.
Hell yeah, bro.
Through connection with Darby at the same time. And and I just like I think they're really good at the way they book Sting. They know the matches, and they're not making. And it's crazy because you're like, oh, Sting had his return to TNT against 2.0, but at the same time, that's a rub for those guys, man.
Yeah.
Those guys are NXT, and now they're on Dynamite working 2.0. And Sting got up from that table bump. And if you are an old school Sting fan, if you're a little Stinger like me or Tim or Devon that watched Sting in the 90s and shit, like, Sting no selling shit is a regular thing. But he doesn't do it all the time. He does it when he gets hyped up and beats his chest, and he's like, that's fire, part of his thing. That's as much a part of his thing as Hogan hulking up. It's the same shit. Sting would hulk up in his own way, sting up, or whatever you want to fucking call it, and you wouldn't sell a move, and then he'd come at you. That's what Sting does. And if you knew Sting from back in the day, not one of these new age fans, you're not going to bitch about him not selling in that spot, because that's what Sting does. That's a part of his shtick. And unlike John Cena, he actually is a nostalgia he's old, so he can have the same shtick.
I want to paint my face like Sting, bro. I always wanted to do that as a kid.
I did as a little kid. I had a birthday party where we painted our face as Sting at a McDonald's. I don't know why.
Yeah, bro. It was like 2000.
I don't know. It wasn't my birthday party. It was someone's birthday party. But we all painted our face like Sting.
I wasn't even a Sting fan, but I wanted that Sting credit card they used to show on Nitro.
Bro, yeah, the Sting credit card was fire, bro. They used to do it in Central Park. The
Wolfpack Sting, dude. I was like, yo, because I'm all about the red and black, and like no matter what. And red and black Sting, I thought it was cool as hell, man. People like talk shit on the Wolfpack.
No, when you were a kid, the red and black Sting was cool because the Wolfpack was fucking cool. That's what
I used to put that song. Cool. I used to put that song by C Murder. I used to put it on my my CDs I used to burn.
How do you guys feel about that picture that wasn't Ric Flair, but everyone thought?
Bro, that shit is funny, bro. I sent that to my bros. I'm like, yo, Ric Flair wilding on the Metro North, bro.
He denied that it was him.
Bro,
but it really did look like
fact
him. He looked like Ric Flair, looked like Joe Biden. It looked like one of them.
He had to announce it, and that's not me. Woo, that's crazy, bro.
He was doing it like groceries.
Yeah, everyone's like, yo, Ric Flair got his release. He's wilding and shit now.
First of all, that old man was wilding. Whoever that was, man, that shit is
two Ric Flairs benefit. And a really cool thing that is also happening in professional wrestling is that Ric Flair's returning to the NWA for NWA 73. I think that's really cool, really full circle for Flair. We also saw him come out with Andrade at the Triple Mania show, when Andrade went to go face Kenny Omega. Obviously, I think we all kind of thought Andrade was going to win, but supposedly plans changed because they didn't want Kenny to lose 2 belts back to back. But that's fucking Flair is out and he's about, and I think it's in due time we see him in AEW as well. Personally, you guys agree?
No, 100%. I think with Ric Flair leaving, I think this is gonna be off topic a little bit, but I think WWE would want John Cena to break Ric Flair's record just to be like, oh, Cena's the guy who held those titles. But I don't think it should be Cena. I think it should be Orton. I think Orton's been here day in and day out working his ass off, and I think because Cena went to Hollywood, so he's not as consistent. But Orton kind of like, he's been consistent. He's been to every Monday Night Raw almost. He took like a 2-week vacation, but he's back. He's wrestling tomorrow at SummerSlam in a tag match. But I think personally it should be Orton who breaks the record, not Cena, because I always preferred Orton over Cena. So.
So you know what? On that note, let's get into our SummerSlam predictions. Let's just quickly predict the matches. Did you guys watch SmackDown tonight by any chance? I know.
Yeah. I saw like the last, bro. Honestly, like what Devon said, bro. When the pandemic started, like it's been kind of.
No one has a lot of
SmackDown, bro. Only Roman Reigns been holding it down.
We've seen the ratings go back up as fans return. There's a lot of, and I had many conversations with people that have been like long-time followers of my page, loyal wrestling fans. Are like, yo, bro, like I couldn't watch without fans. Not even the Thunderdome. I come to your page to check like the results, and like that's it. Like that's the way.
Same here.
I just can't watch it, and I completely understand because it was. As someone that did try to watch every week, I know Daniel's on this too. Like it was fucking hard, man.
Even before the Thunderdome, bro, it was that silence.
It was just fucking hard to watch, man. And the Thunderdome at some point, Tim, got annoying. The people just fucking got annoying, and I credit and nothing but love and appreciation for all the talent and the people that went through that on those shows. Yeah, like shout out to them. But man, it was hard. And I know AEW did it first. I think it was Double or Nothing. I know they did the Dynamite before, but Double or Nothing, when Moxley came out to Wild Thing and it was a full house again, I'm like, oh, I miss this energy. Like
100%.
Yeah, dude. I've never heard Pat McAfee call a wrestling match live.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then you like to talk about the ratings a couple seconds ago, but man, the reason people been watching SmackDown was because of Roman, and the only reason more people watch it because of Cena. And I just want to ask you real quick, did Daniel trigger you big time when he was talking about not only an old guy being in the title picture, but Cena being in the title picture? Like, did you need a little bit of therapy at that time, or what's good there?
So Daniel's one of the good ones. He's not a big Cena fan.
Let me tell you.
Ain't nobody a real big Cena fan, dude.
No.
I got a boy.
I've encountered a lot of people in the past couple of weeks.
No, let me tell you a story about John Cena though. Like I never liked John Cena like that. I thought like he was just kind of there. I never minded him, but I always preferred guys like Orton, Ziggler, Punk, Bryan over Cena. I was never the biggest Cena fan. I never owned a John Cena shirt in my life, and I could say that. You know what I mean? Like I was like that indie, the indie mark. I loved all the indie motherfuckers.
Nah, I owned a Cena shirt, bro.
I don't know.
What color?
You bought a character.
It was the old shit, bro. It was the camouflage shit. He had a camouflage shirt, and it said yellow print. You can't see me.
Yeah, but that's when Cena was cool. That was Dr. Thugonomics Cena.
Dr. Thugonomics Cena was a different vibe.
It was hard, man.
That was sick.
Even the chain gang shit, bro.
He grabbed Stephanie's ass. He grabbed Stephanie's ass. He's OG.
Stephanie's ass, 100%. Okay.
Tapped it.
I wasn't going to SummerSlam, but I'm going to go to NXT first on Sunday. I'm going to see the matches.
You don't even watch. You don't even know who's on NXT. You don't watch the show.
I do.
Yeah, I don't watch NXT.
Devon, you've been away for a while. Listen, even if you don't watch it, guys.
Whether I'm here or away, you still be lying.
Even if you don't watch it, I'm going to say names and just pick one. Okay? And if we go through NXT real fast, then we'll just get to SummerSlam real fast. The final match, the 2 out of 3 falls match, it's the trilogy. I think Adam Cole's going to the main roster after this. That's why it's the finale. Kyle O'Reilly versus Adam Cole, 2 out of 3 falls match. First fall is traditional wrestling match. Second fall is a street fight. And then the third fall is a steel cage. We all know that, majority of the time, all these matches do go to the third fall. They just want to book them. So who you guys got? Kyle O'Reilly, Adam Cole.
Adam
Cole's leaving. Wow, I'm burping. My apologies. The beer. I'm gonna go with Kyle O'Reilly. Tim?
Adam Cole, man.
Daniel?
baby.
O'Reilly. I think Adam Cole's leaving WWE. Like I sense it.
Oh, WWE. You think he's just leaving? I thought he was going to
I think he's in AEW. I think he's going to the hottest wrestling company right now. You know.
Do they have enough men? Because I feel like AEW is stacked with male talent. If
I don't know, bro.
Any more talent in it should be women.
True, but I just feel like Adam Cole wants the bag, and he wants to be booked properly. Like, why would he go on the main roster and be booked like Karrion Kross every week on Raw? I'm just saying.
I think they're desperate to keep him at this point. They let go of so many people.
They let go of Bray Wyatt. You're telling me they wouldn't let go of Adam Cole?
But I don't know. None of us know. I don't believe the rumors are online either for his creative differences. But I think part of Bray Wyatt leaving is because Bray Wyatt wanted to leave too.
Sure, I mean, I guess, but I think he's gone altogether.
Nobody knows. I think everyone got mad. I'm like, do we
That
not?
character was
Nobody
fire,
knows
man.
that Bray Wyatt.
It was fire. Yeah, it was sick.
That was the closest we was getting to a 1997 game ever, bro. There's no other character that's gonna get close to that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with this era.
I mean, Devon, Adam Cole or Kyle O'Reilly?
Honestly, at this point, I keep picking O'Reilly, so I just got to go with O'Reilly. You know, if any of you degenerate gamblers out there get it, sometimes you just got to double down and keep riding the horse, man.
What he said. Next up, we got a singles match for the $1 Million Championship. If Grimes loses, DiBiase becomes LA Knight's butler right now. Cameron Grimes is LA Knight's butler, if you guys don't know. It's LA Knight versus Cameron Grimes. Cameron Grimes will have DiBiase in his corner. I don't know if they're going to continue this feud and have Ted DiBiase become LA Knight's butler and just continue with this feud as we move forward. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm going to go with Cameron Grimes. I think we end this and Cameron Grimes finally gets a belt and saves DiBiase. But Devin?
I mean, Cameron Grimes all day. I'm always going to pick him, but DiBiase is probably going to screw him over and then be buddies with LA.
Oh, that's a good angle.
But Cameron Grimes. I'm picking Cameron Grimes.
Tim?
I know you like to keep score, so.
Yeah, Cameron Grimes, man.
Cameron Grimes.
I'm going to go with Cameron Grimes, too.
We have a singles match for the NXT United Kingdom Championship. It's our boy Walter versus Ilya Dragunov, and they've had an epic match, a match that a lot of people praised months and months ago, where they chopped the living shit out of each other. I know a lot of people might not be watching NXT UK, but they've been featuring them on NXT a lot the last few weeks to build up this match. Walter's been the champion for fucking ever. I think it's over 1,000 days at this point. I'm gonna go and say just Walter still. How about you, Daniel?
Walter for sure.
Tim?
Walter. He got that.
Slap him.
Yeah, Walter ain't losing yet, man.
Not yet. All right, then we got a singles match for the NXT Women's Championship. This is the Shawn Michaels Diesel feud. She even called Raquel Big Mama Cool in their face-to-face at NXT this past week. It's Dakota Kai versus Raquel. Finally, Dakota turned on Raquel and wants that title shot and thinks it should have been her, just like Dolph Ziggler back in the day. And who do you guys got? We'll start with you, Devin. Dakota Kai or Raquel?
Dakota Kai all day, dude. I'm not trying to go for no Amazon big bitch. We're going for Dakota.
Yeah. The Dakota.
Daniel?
Probably Dakota. I see Dakota getting it.
I really want Dakota Kai to win, but I think Raquel's going to retain.
Really?
Let's say it.
Why the fuck do you think that?
Bro.
And I think it's going to continue unless there's
a
part
Justin,
that,
man.
There's also a part that
you're such a cowardly predictor.
He's a rebel. This guy's a rebel.
They had Dakota Kai working dark matches on Raw and SmackDown, which makes me think they're like betting her to come to the main roster. And sometimes some of our greatest main roster superstars never won the NXT Women's Championship. Becky Lynch, for instance. I think maybe Dakota might not ever win the belt, but she might end up on the main roster soon, especially when they do the shakeup in October. So if Dakota wins the belt, what, does she hold it for 2 months because they're doing the shakeup in October? Or
Karrion Kross is the champion. He's on Raw every week. What's your point? What's your point, dude?
My point is, and it's stupid that Karrion Kross is on Raw with the belt.
I mean, if you like to be annoyed by shit that doesn't matter, sure, it's stupid, but it is what it is, dude. It is what it is.
But I'm gonna go through Cal. Moving to that point, it's Karrion Kross versus Samoa Joe for the NXT World Championship. Devin?
Kross is gonna win.
Tim?
Kross.
Daniel?
Joe. I'm gonna go on a limb and say I never really liked Kross. I think he smokes and lasers like Adam Cole said. You know, he got beat by Jeff Hardy by a roll up. on his first time on Raw, and I just
I would
No,
love
but
if
we're
Joe
not
beat
supposed to
if Joe
compare
beat his
those
ass. I'd love that. I would love.
no,
if Joe
yeah,
beat
and
his
I
ass.
think by the way, this is Samoa Joe's first match in like 11 months or 18 months or something like that. So this is like a fucking huge deal for Samoa Joe to come back and face Cross. So Joe has to win. You know what I mean? Like
we literally saw Karrion Kross overcome 5 of NXT's best talent at the last In Your House NXT Takeover show. That he's so dominant right now. If there's anybody that we believe is gonna fuck up Karrion Kross and beat him, I honestly think it'd only be Samoa Joe or Walter on that NXT spectrum. Those are the only two guys I can believe that would beat him. And I also think that with what they're doing with Kross, he's going to the main roster. And we've seen it before. They brought Owens up there with the belt. They brought Sasha Banks up there with the belt, but they usually eventually lose it because they're going to stay on the main roster. So that being said, I think, and the fact that Joe got released and then re-signed to NXT, he's clearly staying on NXT. So I think Joe's winning that belt, without a doubt.
Yeah, that was crazy. He got released. Did they get signed again?
Yeah, like if that happened, like Joe's winning the fucking belt. He's staying on NXT. Kross doesn't go to the main roster and continue feuding Jeff Harvey or whoever he wants to feud. And go on.
Jeff Harvey.
That was a whack win, bro. To come out with the old theme song, to have a whack win like that, you didn't even hit the swan song.
They had him bring his old theme song back, no more words, and they had him cheat to beat Karrion Kross.
Yeah,
no. You can't, Justin. You can't lie. Jeff Hardy coming back to No More Words. You pop.
No, that shit was fire.
I love that theme.
It's just the win was like
he was smiling in the ring when the theme went off. Like he was enjoying it. Like it's hard not to be nostalgic for that theme and shit. But that being said, we're not going to go into detail about it, but I think we can all agree Karrion without Scarlett feels fucking weird.
100%.
Personal opinion.
Straight butt cheeks.
It's just straight butt cheeks. Fucking weird. He's cutting these promos, and I'm like, yo, these promos sound so corny. But if he had hot ass Scarlett standing next to him, I don't give a fuck what corny shit he's saying, because she's smoking hot. You can say the corniest shit he wants. But without her there, it just seems corny.
Her screaming, her like jokes aside, her screaming and her character work, like with it, just gives it a little bit more of a flair. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm 110% with you guys on that. I just think I don't know if they're going to introduce her to the package soon or what the plan is, but I know the rumors are going around that she's not cleared to wrestle, which is probably a blessing in disguise, because if she's not cleared to wrestle, just put her back with fucking Karrion then. Like, just fucking do it, because it's weird.
She doesn't need to wrestle. Only 4 women at a time matter anyway.
Yeah, word on the internet is that Vince wants her to be her own character in wrestling stuff, because clearly she is Vince's type. Let's be real. Like she's everything Vince would want.
She's everybody's type, and I don't even like white girls, dude.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And Devon is back on the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Jesus Christ.
Round of applause, guys. Round of applause.
I'm sorry. I hope I don't get you guys canceled. I can't get no comment section or DM by nobody, so I don't got nothing.
They can't even find you on the interweb.
I hope not, because the BC's Law Society won't like that very much.
Let's get into SummerSlam. I'm gonna start going from the match. I'm just saying randomly. Here we go. Drew McIntyre versus Jinder Mahal. Via and Shanky are banned from ringside. 3MB explodes.
I'm going for Jinder, man. Drew McIntyre overrated.
Jinder all day, dude. Let's go.
Yeah, I actually like Jinder Mahal's like title run. That shit was fire.
I did too.
A lot of people was there underestimating that shit. That shit was.
You know what? There's more interesting shit that could happen if Jinder wins. He needs to win so we can have a little time to shit talk. Then give him a reason to speak more. Let's go.
Drew McIntyre need a Drew McIntyre.
And he's not going to be damaged by no loss anyways. Doesn't matter.
No, not at all.
But
and
Drew
Jinder
McIntyre
can cheat to win.
bad,
Jinder
bro.
can have his guys secretly come out there after a ref bumper or something. There's so many ways to get around it.
What do you think, Daniel?
Jinder, 100%. He needs the win. I feel like, if you're gonna book him strong, like let him beat Drew McIntyre, the former champ, and then keep the ball rolling on Jinder.
And if Drew wins here, it's weird moving forward. But if Jinder wins there, you have a reason to move forward with that.
Yeah, because then Drew's back in a space of having nothing to do. Where if Jinder wins, they both could still veer off and do their own thing.
And I think
there's just more options.
They could have a match at Extreme Rules with a stipulation and shit. Like they can continue this moving forward, and that's.
Let's go.
Nobody wants to see Drew back in the title picture for just a brief period, because there's been a lot of him during the pandemic. And I know it sucked that he had to be a champion in the pandemic, and I have no doubt he won't be a champion again soon. But let's just have a break from Drew McIntyre for a bit, because we had a lot of Drew. Yeah. And personally, looking forward in the future, like I there's a part of me that thinks Drew's gonna get drafted to SmackDown, and we're gonna revisit Drew and Roman. So let's just wait till then. Sheamus, my boy Sheamus versus Damian Priest for the United States Championship. Where we
Damian
at?
Priest.
You're going with Damian Priest?
Puerto Rico, man. Damian
Oh, yeah,
Priest,
he's
bro.
repping Puerto Rico. That's true.
I got to.
So I'm gonna say Damian Priest because I think he needs something. I feel like
he got the Bad Bunny thing. Like you can't just throw him out.
Yeah, but Tim,
do you guys know how much? Do you guys know how much Justin hates Damian Priest?
I don't hate Damian Priest.
Go! Since the day he stepped foot in NXT, Justin has not a nice word to say.
I did not
Stop lying about your bullshit. Oh, you are a liar.
Listen, sir. To my point, I think he needs something because as much as the Bad Bunny shit was fucking cool, he hasn't really done anything too crazy since. He hasn't done anything too cool since.
Tim, you ever notice how the jacket that Damian Priest wears is kind of like some Jeff Jarrett-ass gear?
Yeah.
Is that like a Puerto Rican thing?
No, you know the little tassels, the stripes, when they got a little bit of titty showing with some stripes, like
bro. That Jeff Jarrett, bro. That Justin man, bro. He did praise Jeff Jarrett, like he gave him a whole post dedicated. Like he uploaded it to his Instagram news feed. Like yo,
Justin will pay him to take a guitar shot. Please, sir. I'm a slap nut, sir.
I was supposed to interview Jeff Jarrett and have Justin Coles, but things never happened. But yeah.
What, did Justin stay asleep or what?
Bro, would you have pancakes? Would you have pancakes with Jeff Jarrett?
I would.
Yeah.
And would you talk about like shit with him? Like yo,
talk about wrestling and shit. Like, so tell me about Macho Man and TNA. How'd that go? He's like, what about my career? I'm like,
yo, Jeff Jarrett. I'm gonna tell him like, yo, why is that DVD that in the bookstore, man? Yo, Devon, I was at a bookstore, bro. And they had mad wrestling DVDs. I'm like, oh shit, this shit is cool, bro. I saw some TNA shit, bro. It's that Jeff Jarrett, bro. That like his whole face, he's just. I'm like, I'm putting this shit back.
Out there looking like a really bad 1991 wrestling shirt.
Bro,
just a big ass face on it.
Yeah, Damian Priest, man.
Damian Priest.
He's honestly, I'm not that fucking guy. I don't give a fuck. But like, he's older in age. This is his time. Give it to him now. Give him his.
Martinez is dope, dude.
Let's give him a shit, and I think it'll give him. And like, listen, we all know it. Sheamus loses nothing from me. Fucking Sheamus, man's a multiple-time world champion. He's done it all. Like, he puts over Damian Priest. He actually can put over Damian Priest. So it's a fucking cool fucking thing. So. I'm gonna go with Damian Priest. Danny, you said Damian Priest too. I think you're
all Priest.
We got the Usos against Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio. At the time, the Usos are the tag champions right now. I'm gonna throw it to you first, Tim. How do you feel? The Usos or Rey and Dominic?
I feel like the Usos are gonna win because of Roman Reigns but I do like I have a soft spot for Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio. Like shit is cool, man. Like this shit is really cool.
Yeah, really dope.
They won the tag titles. Father son, first ever father son duo to do that. And I swear, when I was writing my article, I went back and I watched Eddie versus Rey for the custody of Dominic.
Like it's so cool.
And I was like,
bro.
yo, this is a kid that just won the tag titles with his dad. What the
fuck?
And they doing it really good too.
Tim said it's so good, you had to go dump a bunch of corn on it, dude. Like why? No, but yo, I think this is the only time I'm gonna choose the penitentiary. I'll go with the Usos.
Yeah, I think the dynasty keeps it. I'm gonna go with the Usos. I think Roman keeps it. I think spoiler alert, and I think Usos keep it. So I think we're gonna move forward.
I want to see them lose, and I want to see Dominic beat that ass on his dad. Let's go.
I think we're all bad people, but we all want that.
Yo, when he put Rey on his shoulder, that was cucked out. That's it. That's game over. You had your dad on your shoulders. You got to beat his ass now. That's the only next step.
Because realistically, there's nothing left for them to do together. What were you saying?
How you fuck up your pops and that I'm gonna see you. I'm gonna go to my room.
Yeah, right?
He dead still live with his pops, bro.
He accidentally potatoes him or some shit. He's not getting a ride home. He's gonna have to walk.
Yo, can I order
Daniel, Rey Mysterio, and Dominic, or the Usos?
The Usos for sure.
We all want to see fucking Dominic turn on fucking his dad.
110%.
We're horrible people.
And you know what? It'll give more life to Rey because Rey deserves a lot better right now too, man. He deserves a lot more spotlight and more character work. He's not just some guy on the show, dude. They're wasting him.
And listen. Hypothetically, and I'm not saying anytime soon.
He's not going to go near the title picture, dude. Relax.
Not
I would like to see that, bro.
Hypothetically, and I don't want this to happen anytime soon either. Maybe it'll happen a couple years from now. But hypothetically, it would be cool if Ray's last match was against his own son.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That would be cool. Lose or win.
You don't think that's cool, Devin? You took
Lose
the
or win.
headphones off and shit. You don't think that's cool?
It's not even going to be his last match for real because wrestlers never retire. And no, this is corny. If it's going to retire, it's got to be good versus bad, man. We don't want no good versus good.
Son's going to turn into a bad guy. He's going to join Seth Rollins and shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I think your story would be a lot different. Like they go down memory lane, relive time from their childhood and shit. Probably have a game of cash before their match. Like fuck.
Leave the memories alone.
Vicky comes out just like I never wanted you in my house, Dominic. Fuck off. Ray's like screw you. I took him in. Like.
Fuck off.
Well then.
Yeah, I wasted a lot of time there, didn't I? Sorry.
The match we're all looking forward to, the marquee match of this show, because you know the biggest star from the independent circuit's on it. It's none other than the one and only Eva Marie versus Alexa Bliss.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm that good.
Guys, who do you? Eva Marie, she's worked the independent circuit. She's bringing up the young Dewdrop, giving her the opportunity and shit.
You're just sucking up to her because you're just sucking up to her now because you're like fucking homies with her now.
All that good stuff.
He's been sucking up to her for a long ass time, dude.
Yeah, look at my face. Yeah, look at my face.
If you're on the Patreon, look at. You know what? I'm going to just make this episode available to everybody. But
No. Tell them the story. Tell them how you got blocked and then you kept like.
She blocked you, bro.
She returned. I messaged her boyfriend.
No.
Unblocked me, and then she unblocked me, and now we're like friends.
Wait, why she blocked you?
I posted her on this like Spanish game show doing like a striptease on the chair when she got hired by the WWE. And
I told you the original OnlyFans. Justin made his fame off titties.
Spanish, what?
And then she blocked me, and then she came back to WWE, and her boyfriend I was posting the shit. I commented, I'm like, "Yo, you want to even unblock me?" And he actually told her, and now they're both really cool with me. And I met them in New York, so they're cool then too. But I didn't ask them. But I think
you told her, you was like, "Yo, you black." That was awkward though, right? You was like, "Damn, what if she pressed it?" Like, "Yo, come in, let me talk to you for a minute."
You know, but we cool now. Now she's always reposting me. She commenting my shit. We're like sharing posts with each other and stuff. We talk, you know.
Bro, shut the fuck up.
Hey, listen. Daniel's talking all this shit. This guy wishes CM Punk would unblock him on Twitter. Wishes he had the same story.
He blocked you? Yo, you know who blocked me for no reason? That Kevin Nash.
Oh, I'm blocked by Kevin Nash.
You're blocked
on Instagram too.
Bro, all I asked him like in 2015, I said, "Yo, would you ever join the Authority?" That blocked. Chavo blocked me on Instagram too. Chavo blocked me on Instagram too.
Oh, Ryback blocked me on like Instagram.
Chavo Guerrero, bro, he that blocked me on Instagram.
What'd you say to him?
I ain't say nothing. I tagged him in the Subway Rumble with the Eddie Guerrero entrance. All I did was tag him and then.
Not probably offended or some shit.
Yeah, I'm like, yo,
like they only did Eddie. Where's Chavo?
Yo, semi-famous people got the biggest egos, dude. Ain't nobody that matters blocking you.
Chavo, come on.
I met Nash like 2-3 times since he blocked me, but I just never brought it up. And he's always been nice when I've met him. I just never
be like,
man, he blocked me. Like that'd be weird. But like,
dude's like 70. He doesn't even remember what he looks at half the time.
Yeah, and then fucking like it was my fault though, because like he commented on Tori Wilson's post saying like flirting with her and like it's complimenting her, right? Like probably not flirting. And I put on my page like, ooh, Kevin Matt's still macking on Tori Wilson. They blocked Matt. And the worst part is him. He was following me, and I fucking knew that already.
Oh shit! That's where you fucked up.
Yeah, and that also got blocked by Ronda, but that was a whole different story.
Ronda,
even Marie's gonna win, man. We need Alexa Bliss to go back to dressing like an adult again, dude.
Yeah, I don't know how Eva's gonna win. Maybe it's with interference of Dewdrop or something, but Eva's gonna win, and that's gonna piss off the Alliance Stadium. They're just gonna be pissed because they all hate Eva Marie. And she's doing exactly what she is supposed to do. She comes there, she doesn't wrestle, pisses people off, goes on Twitter and shit, and says that she learned things from the independent circuit, which she never fucking did, so it pisses people off.
I mean, it's good heel shit. It's good heel shit. I can't knock it.
Yo, you're doing the same thing you did at the Roman Reigns interview. You know that shit is come on, dude.
No, I know it's in character. I'm saying it's working though. Like she's doing everything that pisses people off. Like, and I'm happy she's doing that. You know, because people can sit here and say they're gonna turn off the TV when Eva Marie's on, but that's not true. They're not going.
Nobody's turning shit off. They're just gonna look at their phone.
Because I always get those lame ass comments where it's like, it's not that type of heat, it's go away heat. Like that became a thing in the last 10 years. Like people like say, it's not that type of heat, it's go away heat. Like listen, you go away then, because people are watching.
Those fucking virgins don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, it's go away heat. What the fuck is go away heat, bro? You're fucking watching the show.
That's what girls be saying to these commenters. Fucking dorks. Go away.
It's not that I don't like you. It's just like go away. I don't like you.
So, bro, you going for Eva Marie, bro? Cause she unblocked you.
Yeah, because she unblocked me. Total bias, propaganda, 110%, pandering like a motherfucker.
Just send her kiss me through the phone.
I'm gonna send her this fucking clip. Look, I picked you, Eva.
Yo, Daniel said no lie. He was that really debating. He was like, yo, I think Jeff Jarrett's Royal Rumble's return was that bigger than CM Punk shit. He did mention it. He was like, yo, it's debatable. It's questionable. Jeff Jarrett.
CM Punk and then the Jeff Jarrett's return to the Royal Rumble. I don't know.
No, return to TNA, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, shit, bro.
So who'd you pick, Daniel? Eva Marie or Alexa?
Alexa, I don't know.
Who'd you pick, Tim?
That Alexa.
Okay, so 2 for Alexa, 2 for Eva. Okay.
Eva Marie, dude. We need Alexa Bliss to dress like a grown up again. Yeah.
Okay. We got another match, of course. AJ Styles and Omis defending the Raw Tag Team Championships against RK Bro. RK Bro has to take this, right?
Yeah.
It's the time. It's the time.
Yeah.
You know, they take it. They run with it for a bit. Maybe they lose them next month or something, and they break up. But like,
it's a cool tag team.
It is. And that's honestly, like, I'm not gonna lie to you. When it comes to fucking Monday Night Raw, that's the only thing I've actually like cared about in the past like 3-4 weeks. Is what since Orton's been back, basically, so 2 weeks. Is RK Bro. Like Orton's the most entertaining part of Raw. Like, literally. I'm no disrespect to fucking Lashley and Damian Priest and Sheamus and Miz Morrison, like all these people, but like Charlotte, I fucking love Charlotte, but no disrespect to her. Like Orton or I forgot Devon hates Charlotte. Orton and Riddle are the two the only things that have really been entertaining to me on Raw. So how do you feel about Charlotte, Devon?
I've said enough mean things already today. I don't need to say anymore.
So next match, Nikki Ash versus Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley.
What a segue! For the first time in your life, your brain didn't fail you. This is a great time for me to take a leak. I'll be right back.
No. Pick. Oh, he left. He left. All right, guys. Who do you guys got? Nikki Ash, Charlotte, or Rhea Ripley?
I say Charlotte.
Not Charlotte.
Charlotte, bro. Charlotte's nice, bro.
Probably Charlotte, yeah.
I'm gonna go with Charlotte Flair because Nikki Ash. This is a cool little Money in the Bank situation.
Yeah, that shit was whack, bro.
Nikki
that
Ash
win was come on, bro.
It's too cartoony. It's for the kids and shit. Maybe they'll keep the belt on her for the fucking kids. I don't fucking know.
It's over, but bro, come on. That win, bro. You have a Money in the Bank and you did that splash. Come on, bro. To Charlotte.
So you think Nikki Ash is gonna win?
No. I'm saying like that. That was I feel like Charlotte should have kept the belt, bro.
No, 100%. And I think the Rhea Ripley experiment has kind of fumbled. It has not been as successful as the Bianca experiment.
Bianca's dope.
Like the Rhea Ripley one just hasn't lived up to the hype. Like I don't know if it was a weird tweener period or her turning heel or whatever the fuck happened, but like I do not fuck with Rhea Ripley as a women's champion right now, and I think they need to separate Rhea Ripley and Charlotte for a bit. But I think the best thing to do is put the belt.
So blunt, bro. So blunt. I do not fuck with.
I don't. I really fucking.
I like Charlotte, bro. I think Charlotte's confidence right now is
the Charlotte we have right now. And Devon, I want your thoughts on the Charlotte we have right now.
Shit is fire, bro.
Has been the best Charlotte we like. She stops screaming in her promos. She's talking with confidence and knows exactly who the fuck she is.
She's dominant, bro.
And she's owning that top spot. You can't deny that.
I don't know what you want me to say, man. Tying your hair tighter and taking a little bit of skin off your neck makes you more top tier? I don't think so, dude.
All right, moving forward, we got lastly on the Monday Night Raw side, Bobby Lashley versus Goldberg.
Yeah, Lashley better fuck up Goldberg.
This is the one that kind of scares me because I feel like they do something stupid here.
Yeah.
No. Lashley's gonna beat his ass.
Lashley gotta beat Goldberg's ass, bro. Goldberg only got, and it's sad, bro. Like I like Goldberg in WCW, but when you get older and you start to realize, like, bro, he only got like 3 moves, bro.
Yo, it needs to be an after the bell annihilation. Bobby needs to put him out for good after the bell ring.
Yo, real life.
I mean, after the 1, 2, 3. I mean,
Yo, real life. Who would win in a fight, Goldberg or Bobby?
obviously Lashley,
life.
dude. Lashley would eat him for dinner, man.
I would like to see that, like a real, like, yo, hold on, why you really? That'd be interesting.
No, yeah, 100%. And I think with like, I don't know why Goldberg brought his kid to like ringside and shit. He was like, "Oh, I came out of retirement for you," and I'm just like, I hope Bobby Lashley like puts him in the Hurt Lock and shit too. I don't know.
But he signed the contract, right? So that's why he keep on coming back.
Yeah. He's got like a couple more matches, but like I'm just not with it.
We're just gonna let Daniel say Bobby wants Bobby to put a little kid in the Hurt Lock. That's the shit. That's what I'm talking about, dude. The shit it's about.
Yo, I think the same way. Pull that kid over the fucking barricade and hurt him.
He'll beat his ass.
He's over the age of fucking 12. It's okay.
15.
He's on a fucking football team. He can take it.
That's the right age for Justin to be okay with him being in the title picture.
When you're 15 years old, get him in the title picture.
Yo, Goldberg with swimming trunks is crazy, bro.
Yeah, no.
Listen, thank you, Tim. I was a Goldberg fan growing up, obviously. WCW and shit, watching that shit as a little kid. And I was genuinely excited when he returned to fight Brock. I thought that was fucking dope. Like, fix up what the mistake he made. Wasn't a fan of him beating Owens, but still the match at WrestleMania 33 was dope.
Yeah, like, it was cool.
Everything he did after WrestleMania 33, unnecessary, didn't care for it. If he just had that one stint coming back up until WrestleMania 33, even though I didn't like the Owens part, I would have been perfectly fucking fine with it.
Yeah.
Everything after that, I don't care about anything like Dolph Ziggler, Undertaker. Who else did he fight? Like,
I was really hyped when he beat Lesnar, man. That was dope.
Yeah, Braun.
He fought the Fiend too.
Everything of the Fiend, all of that I could have done without him.
You know what? That's what it was. You're right, Daniel. That Fiend. That's when nobody wanted to see Goldberg no more. Especially because that jackhammer was so bad too.
That shit was whack, bro. Am I bugging? Like, I feel like WCW Goldberg, like, he had only the 3 moves, but he was still over it. But when
he was sick in WCW. He was sick as fuck.
But when
you know what though? That his kicks were better in WCW.
Yeah,
his kicks were so fucking bad. It ended fucking Bret Hart's career.
Okay, let Tim talk. Go on.
Yeah, but when he came in WWE, right? Like, I feel like he had a better moveset. Like, shit was different. Am I bugging?
The first
that whole evolution, like that shit was cool.
Yeah,
no, he came back now. It's just back to the.
He tried different shit. He tried different shit.
I thought about what Tim's talking about a couple times, and I think the video game had me thinking that Goldberg had a lot more moves in WWE than he did before, and then so I can't tell if he did have more moves or if the game had me thinking that.
Yeah, you're playing with the figures. You got me doing the Hurricane Rana with Goldberg.
Next, a match I'm really looking for. So for me, the last 3 matches we're going to talk about are the 3 matches that drew me into this show the most. And coincidentally enough, they're all from SmackDown. So first up on the fucking docket here for the predictions is Edge versus Seth Rollins, a match I personally think could steal the show. I'm happy Edge is out of the title picture. This is the type of shit I want to see Edge do since he's been back, is work with guys like Seth and Kevin Owens and AJ Styles. And Seth was on the top of that list. So I'm not going to make a prediction first, so we'll go with you, Daniel. Edge or Seth?
I think Edge needs this because he's been losing like all his matches. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. And I think with Edge winning, it would make like Rollins more like aggressive, and he would want to fuck up at Edge more. Like it would give him more of an option, But yeah.
Tim?
I feel like Edge, bro. Edge got to win this, bro. It is right too. Like I feel like it's only right if he wins.
Yeah.
Before the other matches like that he had, I feel like it was right that he didn't win. But right now he needs to do this. Bro. He got to take the W.
I think Daniel said it perfect. I agree with everything he said there, and then Tim added a great point too right at the end there. Just the way he's been losing, it's like, yeah, I'm okay to see him win right now. He probably should have lost those other matches, and then like Daniel said, it's just I wouldn't mind seeing a more aggressive Rollins and have an Edge take it.
Mm-hmm. And this goes, and I agree with all you guys, and I think that's true. Edge has taken a lot of losses since he's been back because he was in the title picture. Nobody really want to see Roman lose. Yeah. And like we said about Drew and Jinder earlier, like this doesn't need to be the end of the feud. Like Seth can lose here, and they can continue this next month and the coming months. Like, and it doesn't hurt either guy. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And Edge winning is just gonna piss Seth off even more. So I'm gonna have to go with Edge. He needs a big W to fuel like, okay, Edge is fucking back. Don't know who came up with the creative for that shit, but the Brood music hitting tonight on SmackDown
That was sick.
and the
That
bloodbath
shit was
that
fire.
they dropped on fucking Seth, that was fucking cool, and I wasn't expecting that. Cool little callback to Edge's origins back when he was part of the Brood, but yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Edge as well. Next up on the thing, the match that we weren't sure was gonna happen or not because they've been kept off the live shows and whatnot.
What? Because your girl's an anti-vaxxer? Is that why?
My girl, Salsa Banks, the boss, the blueprint, the standard, the GOAT, the Mandalorian.
You never give her a jab.
Legit boss, Sasha Banks.
Oh, she's banned because she's anti-vax for real.
She's anti-vax as fuck, dude.
Versus
That's
Bianca Belair, the current SmackDown Women's Champion. I've been looking forward to Sasha Bianca 2 for a while now. I'll actually start this one. I think Sasha wins and gets that belt back because Bianca's been dominant. She's ran through Carmella, she's ran through Bayley, she's ran through Zelina Vega. Bianca finally loses to Sasha. They have a rematch next month. Maybe even. I think Bianca does get it back. I think you need to make it 1-1 so there's a rubber match, personally, in my mind. Make it 1-1. Bianca won at WrestleMania. Sasha wins at SummerSlam. They have a rubber match. Bianca gets it back. I do think at the end of the day, Sasha will be putting over Bianca, but I'm going to go with Sasha Banks here. It's going to piss people off. It's going to be fucking the right move in my mind. Devon, you're shaking your head. Who do you think?
Oh, no, man. I'm never going to pick against Sasha, but I'll tell you right now, the match isn't going to happen. So
okay, that's a fair. That's the thing. It's up in the air. We don't.
But always Sasha Banks. There's never going to be a time where I don't pick Sasha. She's the greatest women's wrestler of all time.
Thank you.
What?
Oh, she is. Okay, Daniel.
No, she's not. No, she's not. No.
Daniel, what's your prediction before you go? No.
No. I'll hear them all. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, except you, Justin. But Daniel's allowed to have an opinion.
Fuck.
Yeah, there we go. I think the greatest. I think the greatest female wrestler of all time is Lita. Like, I don't know. Just me.
Okay. Go ahead and make your bad prediction now.
I think Bianca should, keep the title.
There's the bad prediction.
Bad prediction. No. Sasha, what has Sasha really done? No one's talking about Sasha right now. Everyone's talking about CM Punk.
They're always talking about Sasha.
Yeah.
No, they're not. You're always talking about Sasha.
Always
No. Let me tell you a story.
There's 2 stars. There's 2 stars on SmackDown outside of the nostalgia acts. Of 3, I guess I'll say. I'll say Seth, Roman, and Sasha. Those are the 3 stars. Everyone else, they're either building or the nostalgia acts that came back from the olden days.
You're just saying that because Sasha just liked your fucking post
3
like 2
stars.
days ago.
There's 3 stars.
No. You're just giving Sasha some love because she liked it.
These jabs that are being thrown at.
No. You just like Sasha because she liked your post 3 days ago.
My eyes. I don't know. There's so much shade. Okay.
I would say, I don't know, man. I feel like Bianca got it.
Oh, so it's the OGs against the new blood again.
I like
newcomers.
I like Bianca, man. Yo, but wait, hold on. Like, she's really not having a match because she's anti-vax. Like, that's the reason.
The match might get pulled off. She hasn't been on the live show. She was on SmackDown tonight.
I don't know. I don't know that that's the reason, but I'm gonna keep. It's a fun narrative for me. Not saying that she isn't anti-vax. Not saying she isn't anti-vax. One of them could be hurt for all we know, but I think that's got to play into it, dude.
No one actually knows the legitimate reason. There's nothing that's been confirmed or been put out there. But they were taken off the live shows. Sasha wasn't on SmackDown tonight. I don't think they would sacrifice not having Sasha on SummerSlam after they marketed it around that match partially quite a bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they gotta do it.
And I know there's some fans, and I know Daniel knows these fans that really don't, and it's weird to think, but really don't give a fuck about men's wrestling and really care about the women's wrestling. And this was their match for them. The more than out of the 3 women's matches, this is the one they were looking forward to the most. And I don't know, man. You can't put Carmella there. You can't Brazilian. They literally just have Bianca beat both of them on SmackDown, so you can't do that. So it needs to happen in my mind personally. You guys said Bianca. Okay, I guess we're at the main event.
Yeah,
guys.
I say Bianca.
It's the head of the table, the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, going against the most boring, stale, same old shit wrestler in the past 15 years, John Cena.
Yeah, he does it with the pinky.
I love it. Nobody Or nobody argued that with me. They just let me shit on him for 2 seconds.
Yeah, I just
No, we're just letting you have your
Nah,
gimmick.
yo, bro,
Dude.
come
I
on, bro. But
appreciate
Cena,
it.
It's a
bro,
little bit of personality you
you
actually
can't
show.
say
So we'll
Cena's
let it.
whack, bro.
Wow.
You can't say
Oh,
Cena's
wow.
whack, bro. You can't say Cena's whack, but make a post about that Jeff Jarrett, bro. Come on.
You're
Come
never,
on,
Yo, Jeff's
bro.
on fire, bro.
I'm never.
Fucking mad.
The moment that Jeff Jarrett post came on, it brought me and Tim closer.
It did.
Because this guy came at me just hating on Jeff Jarrett.
Bro, it's been like a month and a
We can
half,
only talk
bro.
about now.
Bro, because it's like, bro, how you... Oh, and then he made a post about Cena. I'm like, bro, this shit is way better than any Jeff Jarrett moment, bro.
Holy shit, this guy hates Jeff Jarrett. Okay.
If Jeff Jarrett saw you in the streets, dude, Justin, he'd be like, "Yo, I think I met you at 7-Eleven one time." That'd be Jeff Jarrett there, dude. With this southern ass.
Okay.
Yo.
Wait, didn't you guys like hang out one time?
I met him at a ASW show here locally.
Yeah, you told me
Alright,
that.
you hung out
I
with
see your page. I'm doing cardio sometimes. And
He probably called you Muhammad. This Tennessee ass.
Yeah, bro.
All right,
Jeff
to get back on track here, Devin, give me a prediction. Jonathan Cena going for 17, or is the big dog Roman Reigns retaining that Universal Championship?
Yeah, who going, man?
Like, you think? Do you guys think with CM Punk returning and taking a lot of the news that they'd go with Cena winning?
That's what I'm thinking right now.
Yeah, I think so. So that way they can have something to talk about.
It's almost like they could get away with it because the news is so much elsewhere. Like, I think if the show was Sunday, they'd just give straight up Roman. But
Yeah,
with
why
it
they
being
doing
so,
it on Saturday?
apparently Nick Khan explained it today. I never clicked the link, but apparently there's a reason. I was asking the same question, but no, I don't know. Something about this whole setup tells me Cena's gonna win the way The Rock beat him at 28. But I don't know. I mean, Roman. I know what Justin's gonna say. Roman should win. It has to be Roman. Cena's too old. Blah 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 blah. But I don't know. Something about it.
I feel like right now Vince McMahon is in his hotel room just scratching his head, watching that AEW debut for Punk, and he's going like, "What can we do to make SummerSlam the most talked thing about for this weekend?" And I feel like, Devon said it best. Like, I don't want to say it. I think Roman Reigns is the best thing going on in the WWE right now. He's the hottest thing. Him and Heyman are fucking gold together. But knowing Vince McMahon and knowing how he wants to be the company to be talking about, I feel like John's gonna fucking win the belt. And it sucks to say that because I really think it should be the other way around. And I don't know. Something's just telling me that Cena's gonna win.
That would be something to talk about too. Like, what I'm saying?
Exactly.
People gonna argue. Like, they're gonna be like, "Oh, he should have never did it. He should have never did it. Or he should have." And then that's gonna kind of really get up there with the CM Punk shit.
No, exactly. And he breaks Ric Flair's record too. And then that's another whole debate. But like, yeah, I agree for sure. Justin's fuming right now. He's like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?"
I 110% am behind Roman Reigns retaining the title. That's what I think is gonna happen. But our boy Real Click just DM'd me.
Caleb?
Yeah, Caleb.
No.
But Punk's back. See, people are excited Punk's back. And that guy left watching wrestling for 10 years, but he made the TWC show logo. So shout out to him.
Oh, that is?
But I've had conversations with my people on Clubhouse. Shout out to Mika and Nikki and Santana and Kenneth and all those guys. I've talked to people on my social media page, and the only way, listen, I don't want to see John Cena win 17 world championships. I don't think he's the guy to fucking do it. I don't like him, but that's a personal bias. I would rather it be Randy Orton too, 110%. That also being said, Ric Flair is actually a 21-time world championship. WWE only acknowledges 16, so all to them. Why is he ahead of me yet, Devin? 3, I don't even know what number I'm on, but I think if Cena was to win, because Cena's leaving and he's going to go back to Hollywood and all that shit, I think they were really, the first things first, they really fucked up the stipulation tonight where Roman said, if I lose, then I'll leave the WWE.
Yeah.
They really booked themselves into a fucking corner. Because Cena's going to
He's a bad guy. He can lose and just not leave.
No, 100%. But the idea that Cena's going to leave and Roman's going to leave is never gonna fucking happen.
Yeah, but not to be fucked up, but isn't Roman sick?
Like, what do you mean?
He's not.
Like,
sick.
doesn't he have like?
Leukemia?
Yeah.
But I don't think he's gonna leave again. I think he's.
But that's what I'm saying. Wouldn't he want to like? I don't know. Maybe he could leave because he got.
Or like take a break.
Listen, I know we say that WWE hasn't built any larger than life stars anymore and shit like that, but on a real note, I think the WWE needs Roman Reigns more than Roman Reigns in WWE right now. Like, he actually is a star that people want to tune in and see. I don't think he's leaving, but there is a couple of things you can do here, and let me know what you guys think. Like, you could have Roman not technically lose to Cena, and Big E come out there and turn that shit into a triple threat.
Yeah,
Or you have fucking Cena win 17 and Big E cashes on Cena right after. Because Cena's going to fucking leave. But that's a way to get the belt off Roman onto someone else and get Roman fired up again to get his belt back from Big E. That's the only thing I can see to get around.
I forgot about Big E.
And the only fucking reason I'd be okay with Cena winning 17 and him just losing it right away to Big E coming out there.
No offense to Biggie Langston, no disrespect. That would be an underwhelming way to end the show. Straight up.
Big E's gonna cash. When Big E cashes in, he's cashing in on Lashley.
Yeah, that's exactly.
And that was the other thing. A lot of people like he should cash in on the Raw side, reunite with the New Day, be that champion, which I get that too. But I'm just saying, if Cena's gonna win 17, the only way I'd see it happen is if.
So your heart and your head are telling you Cena's gonna win, and you're trying to talk your way out of it.
No, exactly.
I just think like if he is gonna win and he's gonna because he even said he's like, I'm gonna take that title and then you guys won't have a champion until WrestleMania when I'll see you guys again. Nobody wants that. You need the championship here.
Do we?
If Cena was gonna win 17,
we just need Roman Reigns. We don't really need the belt.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like, if Cena is gonna win, you need the belt to stay, and that would be the way to keep the belt here. He gets a 17, someone cashes in, end of story. Or you just get Roman winning. So I'm gonna go with I'm gonna say Roman just wins. But if Cena wins, I would want Big E to captain. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Tons.
Thank you. That's about
3 ain't enough, man. I need 5.
There you go.
I'm gonna kick your ass tonight.
Anyways, OG Big E, NXT. I used to watch that shit, right, Devon?
Shut up.
NXT fan for life, baby. We're gonna be watching. Do you guys want to talk about some New Japan for wrestling, Switchblade and shit, right, Devin?
Yeah, I don't even watch this.
Yeah, of course. You hate Japanese people so much. You named the white guy in the Japanese promotion. You fuck.
Damn.
Guys, if you don't get the joke, go back in the archives, watch our Wrestle Kingdom review from January this year when it was me, Devin, and Unkid in the studio.
Devin was just fucking roasting you for that for like. 10
it wasn't
minutes.
even this year; it was last year. My bad.
Yeah, that one.
I forgot we had a whole year of.
I don't know why you don't like Japanese people, dude. Their culture's dope. The wrestlers are dope.
That's like, your fucking assumption.
You're like talking about Asuka and shit, and I was like,
this is all based off the fact that I fucking didn't like Asuka at first.
Yeah. Hey, don't ever let the facts get in the way of a good story, Justin. Ever again.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the TWC show. I appreciate you guys staying with us this entire time. If you did for the predictions and stuff, CM Punk is fucking back. That is what really fucking matters. Everybody will be tuning into AEW next week. They made Rampage feel like must-watch TV this week. He's home. CM Punk's home, guys. He's back in professional wrestling where he belongs. There's a lot of chatter about he doesn't have passion for wrestling anymore. He's talked so much shit about wrestling over the years. I think he said it right, what he said today. If I ever did anything or said anything that made you guys disappointed or whatever, I apologize. But I came out here tonight, and this is the wrestling I remember from fucking 2005. And he is back, guys. Whatever you guys want to call him, the best in the world, the cult of personality, the voice of the voiceless, the second city saint, fucking whatever you guys want to fucking call him. He's back. I'm happy he's back. I'm intrigued to see what he's like in the ring when he finally gets back in the ring. And if you weren't an AEW fan, or if you started off with AEW but fell off during the pandemic because they had no fans or it was a little weird for you, this is the time to tune back in. Tune back in AEW. I'm giving them a cheap plug. Give me a fucking job already. Tim, where can people find you?
Yo, Tim Hann Rivera on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok. You already know, man. Just type in Subway Mania. You see the articles.
And once again, thank you again for having me a part of Subway Mania.
Yo, thank you, man. I feel like you said.
Huh?
No, I said like you said, we got closer with this whole Jeff Jarrett bullshit.
Yeah, fuck Jeff Jarrett, right? No, I think it all started when you invited me to be a character on Subway Mania. I got to do the whole like Fox interview, and then you guys got a scrap, the Hitman versus fucking Austin, all through the fucking
Hell
apartment.
yeah, bro.
That's
Oh, yeah, thank y'all, man. That's dope.
That guy
Yeah,
actually broke his fucking TV. I don't know if that was like some sort of.
Yeah,
like,
he dead broke his shit for real.
oh
He
shit!
don't
I
got
thought that was like some fucking stunt TV, like an old
Nah,
broken TV you guys put up there.
Bro, that was that he dead got in trouble for that, man.
Yo, did Kels leave Instagram?
Nah, he's I think he got the same IG. I think.
I tried to I don't fucking know what happened. I tried to find him and I couldn't find him. Daniel, where can the people find you?
The Dropkick Podcast on YouTube, Dropkick Pod on Instagram. Daniel, I made it on Instagram as well, and I will be co-hosting the interview with Justin, DDP one. I'm excited, dude. He made me watch Nitro from like '97, '98, and like I've been a fan, so I think it's pretty cool.
Converted into a WCW fan.
Yeah, I love fucking Nitro. It's great, and thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate it. I appreciate you putting me over all the time. It means a lot.
So, long story short, Daniel's been trying to get DDP since like fucking last year.
And I was supposed to do it. It just kept getting extended, and the manager was just like kind of just ghosted me, and I was like.
And out of like kindness, I never reached out to DDP because I'm like, I don't want to try to reach out for the same person Daniel's getting that and just grabbing his shit. And then I knew it's been months, and I was like, fuck, let me just try to get DDP, and if I get it, then I'll make sure Daniel's on the show. And then I got it, and I was like, bro, we got DDP. It's gonna happen.
Yo, can y'all tell him I'm a fan, bro? That ass, can y'all tell him like, yo, Tim is that?
Well, shout out Submania, yeah.
I really fuck like.
Yeah, that's
my shit, man.
Obviously, you guys know I'm gonna sit there and talk to him. I'm gonna fucking bring up his feud with Savage and shit because that was my shit. But I'm excited to talk to DDP too. Devon, if people do want to find you and come at you for your comments tonight,
they can.
They can't. They'll hit him with the email. Email me.
They fucking can't, and that's the end of that story, guys. Trust me, let me tell you this. But he can see all of you. You guys just don't know it.
I think I know his Instagram. I like seen it before or some shit.
Yeah. Anyways,
hey, it's like Bone Crusher, bro. I ain't never scared.
Honestly, it's a pleasure to have Devon back in the show. It always adds a bunch of personality and character, and the only guy that actually really comes at me.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
You're the OG, the original co-host.
Miss you guys. It was nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, fellas.
Yeah.
Of course.
Other than that, guys, keep doing the thing. Subscribe, drop a comment, drop a like. If you're even still listening, you guys probably already left already. Fucking follow everybody and shit. But other than that, CM Punk is back. And that's fucking dope. Ooh, yeah. Dig it.